W.F. House presents an unabridged recording of When the Going Was Good by Graydon Carter with James Fox. Narrated by Graydon Carter.
For the centers of my existence, my extraordinary wife Anna, my 5 equally extraordinary children, Ash, Max, Spike, Braun, and Izzy, and our dachshund Charlie. Chapter 1, One Big Scoop in a Wedding, May 2005. This could so easily have been where it all ended. My wife Anna and I were on our way back to New York from the Bahamas. We'd spent 10 days at the Ocean Club on our honeymoon, and it was time to get back to work, or the coffee cup, as we say in the Carter household. I'm not what you would call the most relaxed flyer, and I tend to get to airports early because I don't want to compound the stress by having to rush to the gate. At the airport, while I fretted about the flight ahead, Anna's cell phone rang. I didn't have a mobile back then, and calling Anna's was the only way my kids or the office could get in touch with me. In those days, I never left the house without a few quarters in my pocket for payphones, along with a handkerchief. More about that later. Anna answered the call and handed me the phone. She whispered the words, "David, friend." David, one of my deputies at Vanity Fair, where I'd been editor for more than a decade, was indeed on the line. In the euphoria of marriage and honeymoon and all that, it had utterly slipped my mind that at 10:30 that morning, Vanity Fair had released an article we'd been working on for the past 2 years. It revealed the identity of Deep Throat, the highly secretive source Bob Woodward relied on during his Watergate reporting with Carl Bernstein. As the Post itself had noted, the identity of Deep Throat was, quote, among the most compelling questions of modern American history, dissected in books and films, on the internet, and in thousands of articles and hundreds of television programs. 2 years of work and worry over a major story, at the time the holy grail of journalism scoops, and here I was, stuck on the day of its release, in the tiny departure lounge of Nassau International Airport. I mouthed the words, "Holy fuck," to Anna. She mouthed back, "What?" David reminded me that as we'd planned before my departure, he had called both Bob and Carl that morning at around 9:30 to tell them we were faxing them advance copies of our story naming Mark Felt, the former deputy director of the FBI, as Deep Throat. I asked what their reaction had been. David said they had thus far made no comment, but the word was trickling out and the phone lines of Vanity Fair.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?